Hey guys, Blue Bridge here, and ahead of our game against Sunderland this weekend, I'm going to be talking strikers, and Liam Delap is back. So, just finished listening to Maresca's press conference, and the good news is that Liam Delap is back. Not to face Sunderland though, so he should be back for the Wolves game in the midweek for the Carabao Cup. But it's great to have Delap back in the squad, because at the time he got injured, they were saying October, around about the 25th of October. But then we were told just after Christmas, and we're thinking, what's going on? But now he's responded well to treatment, which is great, and it's good to have him back in November, because when the games are going to be coming thick and fast, especially after the international break, when we hit December, that's when we're going to be playing like a game every 2 or 3 days. So it's going to be imperative that we get a full squad back playing. Cole Palmer is going to be missing for a while, so I think he comes back in December time, so hopefully we'll have him back in full fitness as well. At the moment we're coping because we're scoring goals. We're scoring at a rate of 2 a game in the Premier League. We've played 8 games and we've scored 16 goals. But the good news is that the goals have been spread out. We've got 9 different goal scorers so far this season. But our top goal scorers are our 2 midfielders in Moise Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, who are both on 3 goals in the league. And I think, was it 1 or 2 of... I think 2 of... Fernandez ones have been penalties as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 1 or 2? Can't remember now. In the league, I may be getting confused with the Champions League as well. No, I think just 1. I think just 1 of them. Yeah, just 1. Because I remember he scored in open play against West Ham, I think, and Brighton were both open play goals that he scored in for us. So. Or was it West Ham? A penalty? I can't remember. I think 1 penalty and 2 open play. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Put in the comments in the chat below. Getting old, my brain isn't working as it used to. And so anyway, that's why. And none of I think João Pedro, since the goal he scored against Fulham. And that was 3 games into the season. He hasn't scored since. And I think someone did a stat where in his last 4 matches or 5 matches, he hasn't even had a shot on target. His proper position is just behind the striker anyway, as I mentioned in my video what I did the other day. So it's been nice to have like a true number 9 playing. But we do have a true number 9, and that leads me on to the next point. So as I said, Liam Delap, great addition. Hopefully he can hit the ground running. Hopefully he can score goals. Hopefully he can be one of our solutions against the low blocks. But yeah, some people may be saying, Marc Guiu, we've got him, but he hasn't been playing. But the reason why he hasn't been playing has been explained to us in today's press conference by Enzo Maresca, where he said that when he came back from his loan move after against Sunderland, who we're playing tomorrow, coincidentally, he wasn't happy with the way that he was training. So a lot of times, me included, we sort of have all these theories as to why a player is not playing or not, and why isn't the manager playing him. It's obvious that he should be playing, etc. But we do not have the insight. We don't know what's going on. We're not at the training ground day in, day out, so we don't know why a specific player is not playing. We just are quick to have a go at the manager. As I said, I put my hand up because I was saying in my review the other day, why didn't he start him against in our last match that we won against Nottingham Forest? Maybe he's saying, you know what, you got to earn your place. And it's in the second half, his talk was to him, you know what, go out there and show me what you can do. He put in a good performance in that second half against Nottingham Forest, and that was followed up by a good performance in the half he played against Ajax. So now he's the managers demanded from him to tell him what he can do and to say why he needs to be in the team. He's responded. So Maresca said he's ready now to start games. He said that today, that he's ready to start games. So that's good competition for Liam Delap as well, because obviously Liam Delap's just come back from a hamstring injury, so you don't want to overplay him, especially with the games coming thick and fast. So if we've got two strikers competing for that role, it allows Pedro to, as I said, play in his preferred position, and it allows us to rotate these two strikers, or not play Liam Delap for 90 minutes. You put on Guiu in the second half, running against tired defences. So yeah, the options are now there, and so I'm it's the only, and it's ironic that we're playing Sunderland. As I mentioned before, Guiu was on loan to Sunderland at the beginning of the season, and if he was to see that his minutes were dwindling and that the club wanted him to go out to get more experience, the only club that he can go back to is Sunderland, because obviously he's already played for Sunderland in a game. He scored a goal in the Carabao Cup for them. He's played for us. You can't be registered to 3 teams in the season, but he can go back to Sunderland, who he's already been registered with. So this may be an audition for him, just in case we have to loan him out again. But me personally, I know it's about development and minutes, etc. But for me, I want to keep him for the rest of the season as a backup to Delap, because what we saw is imagine what happens if we loan him back out to Sunderland again. Delap picks up an injury which puts him out for 5 or 6 weeks. Then we're going to be in the same position as we have been at the beginning of the season. So for me, having another striker in there for competition, I think that is the best. That's the best solution for everyone. So I'm hoping that the club don't think that they need to be loaning him out again, unless they are bold enough to upgrade someone like a Shim or somebody like that who's in the doing well in the youth setup to have as a backup striker. So Sunderland have been going well this season. Though from out of the relegated teams, I think they are the best, and I think they're level on points with us at the moment. But they haven't really played anyone of note. But you still have to beat whoever's in front of you. They've got a bigger test to come, because they've got us followed by the likes of your Liverpools, your new Arsenals, and all those teams to come. So most of the teams that they've played are teams who they should, on paper, consider they can compete with. I think Aston Villa, the most impressive result of to date is beating Aston Villa. But Aston Villa were in a rough patch of form at the time when Sunderland played them, so they played them at the right time. Very physical team, and they are one of the other. We got to be careful of them, because similar to what happened with Brentford, they have got a good component of that long throw who can bother us. So we need to be. Let's see if we've learnt from the mistakes of the Brentford game. We need to manage their long throws, because if we play our game, play our football, then I can't see why we can't beat them. I think we're on a 4 or 5 game run now without a defeat. Last defeat was against Manchester United, and since then we've sort of come back into form a bit. So I'm hoping for a good performance now. Good that some of our players are coming back from injury. Wesley Fofana, not sure. They didn't ask about Wesley actually, because he maybe it was a bit of cramp or tight muscles after not playing for a while, because he didn't want to finish the game against Ajax, but eventually he did. So guys, are you confident going into this game against Sunderland, or do you think it's going to be another banana skin like we did against Brighton? Stick your comments in the section below, and don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified when I make a new video. So up the Blues.